In this video, all about my experience traveling with NCL Viva on a 10-day Mediterranean cruise Rome to Venice, visiting Rome, Florence, Naples, Argostoli, Catania, Malta, Dubrovnik, Split, Koper, and Venice. Traveling is like a good book. Each destination is a new chapter waiting to be explored. Conveniently, the video is divided into chapters. Each port is a chapter, so feel free to jump around. In this video, we will be the authors of our own travel story, and hopefully, with my tips, you'll be able to create a bestseller filled with unforgettable memories. The best part about cruising is that you can be in multiple countries in just a few days. It's like the ultimate travel sampler platter. So why settle for just one destination when you can have it all? Taste it all, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We are traveling with NCL Viva, where luxury meets adventure on high seas. NCL Viva is a majestic vessel boasting whopping almost 150,000 tons, with rooms for over 3,000 guests, stretching grand 300 meters or so. This beauty set sail into the world in the year 2023 with crew of over 1,500 people. Now brace yourself for this one. The price tag for NCL Viva, $850 million US, roughly the GDP of a small country like Samoa. Talk about making waves in the shipbuilding world. When it comes to dining on board, this is a floating paradise. Get ready for culinary journey like no other. Seafood lovers, Mexican food aficionados, Italian or Japanese cuisine enthusiasts, rejoice. With whopping 12 restaurants to choose from. And let's not forget about the watering holes on board, with 22 bars and lounges, each with unique vibe where party never stops. So sit back, relax, and let me transport you into the world of luxury, relaxation, and adventure. Bon voyage! Arriving to Rome. You've probably heard that Rome was not built in a day. And it wasn't. But hey, who needs the speed when you're creating the city that stood the test of time like a fine Italian wine? When in Rome, do as Romans do. And that includes having gelato, listening to opera, eating pizza, and drinking coffee like there's no tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did. Welcome to Eternal City, where the layers of history are as rich and varied as the Roman feast. Rome is the epicenter of ancient civilization, where emperors ruled with iron fists and poets spun tales of love and war. As we wander through the winding streets and majestic ruins, we're transported back in the time of era of gladiators, chariots, and grand triumphs. From imposing majesty of Colosseum, where the roar of crowds once filled the air, to the awe-inspiring Pantheon, testament for Roman engineering prowess. Every corner of Rome tells a story of conquest, innovation, and cultural exchange. The Forum Romanum, once the heart of political and social life, now stands as a haunting reminder of empire's former glory. But Rome is not just a frozen city, it's a living, breathing testament of resilience and reinvention. As I meandered through the bustling piazzas and charming neighborhoods, I witnessed the fusion of ancient traditions and modern flair of past and present woven together into the fabric of daily life. Rome is home to some of the oldest continuously operating coffee shops in the world, so let's check it out. Babington's Tea Room in Rome holds captivating history that dates back to 1893, when two English women, Isabel Cargill and Anne-Marie Babington, founded the Tea Room. At that time, Rome was a popular destination for English tourists, many of whom longed for comforting taste of traditional English tea while abroad. Recognizing this need, Cargill and Babington decided to open Babington's, creating a cozy haven where visitors could enjoy the taste of home in the heart of Rome. Since then, Babington's has been serving a wide variety of high-quality teas, pastries, and other delicacies, attracting a loyal following from locals and tourists alike. Over the years, Babington's has welcomed a diverse array of patrons, including renowned writers, artists, celebrities who have contributed to the tea room's vibrant, storied past. So certainly not to be missed. Antico Cafe Greco is another historic cafe in Rome and is known to be the oldest cafe in the city. Founded in 1760, the place has rich history and has been frequented by many famous artists, writers, and intellectuals over the years. It is located in the heart of Rome, near the Spanish Steps, making it a very popular spot. The cafe has classic and elegant interior with beautiful decor, including antique furniture, chandeliers, artworks, practically a museum slash gallery slash coffee shop slash so many things. Still has a traditional Italian cafe house atmosphere, offers a wide variety of selection of coffee, pastries, and other drinks. You would ask, is it expensive? Well, no doubt, yes. If you're considering that you're paying for the drink and that has included the entrance fee that you otherwise would have been charged for visiting museum slash gallery slash the oldest coffee shop in Rome, it seems like a fair deal. Throughout its long history, Antico Cafe Greco has been a meeting place for artists, writers, and celebrities, including the likes of Goethe, Byron, Wagner, and Gogol. Rome is home to the world's smallest sovereign state, Vatican City, where you can visit Sistine Chapel and try to decipher Michelangelo's ceiling masterpiece without getting much pain in the neck, which is not possible, so good luck with that. Boarding was a blast. We chose the earliest available check-in time, which is always a tip from me to you guys. Go for the earliest time. In this particular case, it was 10:30 for us, and it took us less than 40 minutes to get to the cabin, which by far was the record time. So kudos to Viva and Rome, I guess, the cruise port. They did beautifully. We booked ourselves an inside cabin. And let me show you around. The moment we stepped in, we were pleasantly surprised. Very cozy, with all of the amenities you might need. Comfy beds, neat little desk, even a flat-screen TV to catch on some shows, many of which are free, by the way. The space was perfectly sized for comfort, making it feel more like a snug retreat rather than a place to crash. Even the little details like soft lighting and strategically placed mirrors made the cabin feel even more luxurious. It's like they knew exactly what a traveler might need, so big thumbs up to Viva for creating a perfect home away from home on high seas. The real star of the show, drumroll please, the closet space. As someone who packs like they're moving countries every time they travel, closet space is an absolute must. Seriously, I bring everything but the kitchen sink. From outfits for every possible occasion, to shoes to match, to accessories to accessorize. I need place to stash it all. And guess what? Viva totally nailed it. Our first night aboard of Viva, we opted to dine at Hudson's, one of the complimentary venues here on board. The restaurant impressed us with beautiful design and 270-degree views, thanks to its floor-to-ceiling windows, so the views were amazing. The decor was fresh and upscale, creating a pleasant and inviting atmosphere. The food was delicious, making for a delightful dining experience that set a great tone for the rest of our trip. Then we saw a music show and finished the evening with a drink. And the next morning we were ready to explore Florence. We had a quick breakfast at the Surfside Cafe, the main buffet restaurant. And then we took a shuttle bus to Livorno, and from there we actually took a local bus, and then we took a train by ourselves to Florence, which is an option. Fairly reasonable, very cheap, 20 I think per person return the train. What you can do, and the best thing to do, to buy a shuttle transfer, get onto the shuttle, and exactly on the spot where they drop you off, there will be local providers and they will offer you Florence for 40 euros return by bus. We, however, did not look for easy ways. We took a train by ourselves. I would recommend against it, actually. I would recommend taking the tour because we regretted taking a train. It was too much hassle and unwarranted, frankly. And we are in Florence, the birthplace of some of my favorite things in the world: gelato, Renaissance, piano, and opera. It was the birthplace of the Renaissance. Political, artistic, and cultural rebirth followed the Middle Ages. From 1865 to 1871, Florence was actually the capital of the Kingdom of Italy. The main site here is, of course, Florence Cathedral, with impressive dome that used to be the largest in the world at the time of its completion, and today it remains the largest brick dome in the world. Opera originated here in late 16th century. It is believed that Bernardo Buontalenti invented gelato in Florence in 16th century. He was the first who added eggs and milk and froze it all into the delicious dessert. And I will tell you where in Florence you can buy arguably the best ice cream in the world, so stay tuned. Gucci was founded here if you're interested in luxury, and is still headquartered today. And now to the food, to the most interesting and most important part of a retreat. Pizza was amazing. Go to this one, it's actually very close to the cathedral. Just navigate there with the Google, go for Napoli pizza. And finally, ice cream. Ice cream was absolutely amazing. You won't regret it. There will be a line, but they do serve fairly quickly, so we waited for less than 10 minutes and we even got seated, and the taste was fantastic. The history of the city goes back to the 6th century BCE, when Etruscans founded a settlement on the hill near Florence. Romans founded a military village at Florence, calling it Florentia, in 59 BCE. The Republic of Florence emerged in 1115 CE and became a very, very powerful force. It had its own currency, florin, and gold Florentine coin, which became a dominant currency across Western Europe. In 1339, Florence became the first city in Europe to have the paved roads. It was very, very advanced. In 15th century, the Medici rose to power, and they were the bankers of the Pope and great patrons of art, commissioning many works of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and many others, and the beauty of their creations you can see throughout the city. And of course, the famous Medici family came from agricultural Mugello region north of Florence. They were first mentioned in 1230. The origin of the name is very interesting. Medici is plural for medico, which actually means medical doctor. The dynasty began when they founded the Medici Bank in Florence in 1397. Florence was truly an amazing experience. The food is amazing, the place is amazing, people are nice. We really loved it. So take your time, enjoy it. Returning to the ship, hungry and tired, we made our way to Commodore room for dinner. This venue is another complimentary gem on the NCL Viva, offers delightful dining experience with elegant ambience and menu featuring variety of delicious options. The dinner was fantastic, each course better than the last, leaving us completely satisfied. After our meal, we decided to wrap up the evening with Michael Jackson show. The performance was held in Ship's Theatre, and it was truly spectacular. Band did an outstanding job, not just playing the classical hits, but also infusing their own creativity into the performance, so their tribute to the king of pop was fun and engaging to the audience from start to finish. Finally, we had a couple of drinks in the nearby bar and nothing else to wish for. The next day we had a lovely breakfast in another complimentary dining option on Viva. That's food fusion. You could have many different options for breakfast, which is really nice. So here I will give you two options. You could either go to Naples. I'm going to give you a short overview of Naples and what you can do, or you can go to Pompeii.
The best part about the port is that it is literally in the city. You step out of the ship and you are there. You're in the thick of it. It's absolutely amazing. So you absolutely do not need to buy excursions on board. There's a hop-on, hop-off bus right there. There is a stop on the left of the fortress. And if you want to go farther away, like Pompeii, there's a local provider, local guide on the square. It's on the right side of the square. As you step out of the ship, you'll be facing a few hundred meters. There'll be a square on the right side of it, on the right corner. There'll be a local provider, and the Pompeii would cost, I don't know, 40 euros return or something really, really ridiculous and cheap. In Naples, we bought hop-on, hop-off, and it was 20 per person. So Naples, raw, a bit messy, a tad neglected, yet full of energy, stunning views, great food, and surprisingly enough, a lot of elegance. Welcome to Italy's masterpiece. Naples skyline features looming Mount Vesuvius, which erupted in 79 AD, burying the towns of Pompeii and Herculaneum. That you can find within an easy ride from Naples, or as it's known, Napoli in Italian. Napoli comes from Greek word Neapolis, which basically means new city or new town. This name was originally given by early Greek inhabitants in 8th century because the earlier city was abandoned, hence you had the new city. It's one of the most iconic cities in Italy, one of the most popular destinations in the entire Mediterranean. Naples is the third largest city in Italy after Rome and Milan. The very first pizzeria and maybe even invention of pizza lies with Naples. Antico Pizzeria Port Alba was opened in Naples in 1830 and is still operating today. The classic margherita pizza was named after Queen Margherita Teresa Giovanni after she visited Naples in 19th century.
So given the time that you have, you can technically manage both Naples and Pompeii. We did Pompeii on your own with NCL. This time only because we had free at sea, so we had $50 off. Tours themselves were 50 per person, so we paid 50 for two, given that there was 50 off. So it was a good deal. Pompeii is not just a city frozen in time by eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. It is a captivating archaeological marvel that offers a glimpse into ancient Roman life like no other. Walking through the remarkably preserved ruins of Pompeii is like stepping back in time and witnessing society caught off guard in a moment of tragedy. So it is eerie and sad and mysterious and interesting. There's a mix of feelings that you experience as you walk through the ruins. From the intricately designed frescoes and mosaics adorning the walls of wealthy villas, the everyday objects like cooking utensils and pottery offers insight into the daily life. Pompeii is a treasure trove for historical artifacts, still waiting to be discovered. Exploring Pompeii is not just a history lesson, it's a journey, the discovery that brings the past life in the way that textbooks never could. Some of the interesting facts about Pompeii. Some of the earliest fast food came from Pompeii. Pompeii had a version of fast food restaurants called Thermopolia. This establishment served ready-to-eat food and beverages in the city to the city's residents and visitors. Some of the earliest graffiti was also in Pompeii. Pompeii is known for the existence of a collection of ancient graffiti found on the walls throughout the city. Pompeii boasts one of the oldest surviving Roman amphitheaters in the world, which could seat 20,000 spectators. Really exhausted after a busy day. We wanted something simpler, easy going down to earth, so we went to the local bar and grill. It's on deck 8. Complimentary, menu-driven casual eats. Service is fast, more akin to a local New York diner with a menu of savory favorites. I really like them. Nice, quick service, good food. They also serve breakfasts. I do like them for breakfasts as well. Then we went to Observation Lounge, not to be missed, deck 17. Not a dining venue per se, but they do offer food almost throughout the day. Breakfast, lunch, and in the afternoon they have snacks. Great place. Also have a bar that is relatively quiet, offers great variety of drinks. They could make you almost anything, and obviously the great views of the place. And then we went to the bar, finished the night with some live music and a drink, which was great. The next day we were in Catania, arrived to the port of Catania, had a delicious breakfast, and we were ready to explore Syracuse. Syracuse is an enchanting city in Sicily that is a captivating blend of ancient wonders, Mediterranean charm, and dash of modern flair. If you just want to see Catania, which is the city port that we arrived to, you don't have to book anything with NCL because Catania, the city, is right there. And this is how it looks. Also very, very impressive, very pretty town. We were, however, hard set on Syracuse, and that's where we went. If you want to see Syracuse, I would recommend maybe booking something with NCL because there was no easy way to get to Syracuse on your own that I could find. So sketches of Syracuse include the Naples Archaeological Park, that's where we are right now, and also the visit of the Argostoli, the city itself, which is beautiful. So now a little bit about the park. So Naples Archaeological Park is the most visited archaeological park in Syracuse, and one of the most important remains of ancient Greek and Roman town. Nowadays, this archaeological area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has Greek theater, Roman amphitheater, ancient stone quarries, Ear of Dionysus, just to mention a few. Imagine stepping back in time to the era of dramatic gladiator battles, grand theatrical performances, and mythical legends. That's exactly what you will experience here. Syracuse, once a powerful Greek city-state founded 2,700 years ago, is steeped in history and legends. From the legendary mathematician Archimedes to the dramatic events of Peloponnesian War, the city has seen it all. And we're in Argostoli. Argostoli is the beating heart of Syracuse. It's like the cool kid at the ancient history party. Small, trendy, and always in the center of attention. Argostoli's architecture is like a mixtape of Sicilian history. You've got Greek columns, Baroque facades, and medieval alleyways, all jam-packed into this tiny island. It's like a cultural buffet for your eyes. Argostoli in Syracuse, Sicily, was settled by ancient Greeks in 8th century BC, became prominent city-state known as Syracuse, and it was home to famous figures like Archimedes. Argostoli boasts historical landmarks such as Temple of Apollo and Cathedral of Syracuse. Over the centuries, Argostoli was ruled by Byzantines, Arabs, and Normans, each leaving their mark on the island's architecture and culture. The island's Baroque architecture from 17th and 18th century adds to its charm. Argostoli today is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for rich history and architectural beauty. If only walls could talk, Argostoli's building would probably gossip a lot about ancient Greeks, the mighty Romans, and the stylish Italians, all who have called this place home. Now the Cathedral of Syracuse. It's in the center of Argostoli, known as Duomo di Siracusa, was originally built in 7th century AD. A cathedral, of course, after that undergone several renovations and additions, incorporating various architectural styles in and influences. And of course, food. Antigua has a lot of really good food, so it's certainly worth trying the street food here. That night we ventured into Surfside Cafe, the main buffet restaurant on deck 17. That day it featured an Italian theme. Usually themes change every day, and mostly they coincide with the cuisine of the port of the day. After enjoying some drinks in different bars, we headed to Viva Theatre, which turned into a nightclub after performance. The chairs disappear and voila, we were able to dance the night away at the Ocean Music Fest. That was a fun night. And we are in Malta. Here again, you don't have to book anything with NCL. As soon as you get out of the ship, you will see plenty of offers on hop on, hop off. And if you want to see Medina and just see Malta outside of Valletta, then it makes sense to buy a hop on, hop off ticket. If you just want to see Valletta, you don't even have to buy that, because Valletta is roughly 10 to 15 minutes walk, and then you pay like $1 for an elevator. And the elevator takes you up because it's sort of on the hill, but you really don't have to buy the hop on hop off then. I would recommend doing the hop on hop off because the views are beautiful. You can also see Medina, the older capital of Malta. Nowadays it's Valletta, and I really like Medina. It has a very, very special feel to it, so I would certainly recommend doing that as well. So that's what we did. We did hop on hop off directly just with the company, and as I said, you can buy the tickets as soon as you get out of the ship. Malta is the smallest country in the European Union. It has a rich history dating back over 7,000 years. Maltese language is a unique blend of Arabic, Italian, and English influences, reflecting country's diverse history. One of Malta's most iconic landmarks is the ancient walled city of Medina, also known as the Silent City for its peaceful atmosphere and timeless beauty. Malta is known for its crystal clear waters and stunning blue lagoon. The country's strategic location has made it a prized possession throughout history, with various empires and civilizations fighting to control it. The island nation has been ruled by various civilizations, including Phoenicians, Romans, Moors, Knights of St. John, and the British. Malta has a unique mix of cultural influences, blending elements from Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Enjoying the video? Please subscribe, share, and like for more such content. Super thanks are always welcome. The capital city Valletta is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the most concentrated historic areas in the world. It's a treasure trove of Baroque architecture, narrow cobblestone streets, and stunning sea views. Whether you're exploring ancient ruins, soaking up the sun on a sandy beach, or savoring traditional Maltese meal in quaint village square, Malta offers a unique blend of history, culture, natural beauty that is sure to leave a lasting impression on any visitor. Valletta, the petite powerhouse of the Mediterranean. Picture this, the city that is as charming as it is compact, as historic as it is hip. It's like beautifully wrapped gift box filled with centuries of stories waiting to be unwrapped. Wander through Valletta's narrow streets and you will feel like you're stepped into the time machine. The city's limestone buildings stand tall and proud, whispering tales of knights, invaders, enough drama to rival a soap opera. But Valletta isn't just about history. Oh no, it's also a vibrant hub of culture and creativity. From buzzing street markets to trendy art galleries, this city knows how to mix the old with the new, like pro DJ remixing the classic tunes. And let's not forget about the food. Maltese cuisine is a delicious mishmash of Mediterranean flavors with a pinch of North African spice thrown in for good measure. And of course, St. John's Cathedral. St. John's Cathedral is a stunning Baroque-style church located in Valletta. It was built between 1572 and 1577. The cathedral is considered one of the finest examples of high Baroque architecture in Europe. It was designed by Maltese architect Cassar, who also designed many other prominent buildings in Valletta. The interior of St. John's Cathedral is a masterpiece of art and architecture, with intricate carvings, ornate decorations, and wealth of religious art. The cathedral is home to several noble works of renowned Baroque artist Caravaggio, including the largest painting, The Beheading of St. John the Baptist. The rest of the day was a delightful escape. We lounged by the main pool area of Viva on deck 17, soaking in the sun and the good vibes. The jacuzzi with stunning view over Malta was something to die for, certainly not something you can get unless you are on a cruise ship, really. As evening fell, we indulged at food fusion, eating like there's no tomorrow. My top picks, the baked pineapples with cinnamon and crab tapas, to die for, worth every inch of the waistline they might add. The day was perfect blend of relaxation, stunning views, and unforgettable flavors. Well rested and happy, we started the day in the lounge, deck 17, with the views over Argostoli. Argostoli, the charming capital of Kefalonia, is a picturesque town nestled in the western coast of the island. Known for its lively waterfront promenade, colorful buildings, and vibrant atmosphere. Argostoli offers a delightful blend of traditional Greek charm and modern amenities. The town's bustling center is a home to a variety of shops, cafes, tavernas, restaurants where visitors can sample delicious Greek cuisine and soak the local culture. The waterfront of Argostoli is a popular spot for leisurely walks and views of fishing boats or cruise liners. The lagoon is home to a variety of bird species, provide tranquil setting for relaxing afternoon. Just a short drive from Argostoli lies the enchanting Lake Melissani, and that's the tour that we're taking here. So if you just want to see Argostoli as such, you don't really need to book anything with NCLs because it's right there. However, if you want to see Lake Melissani, which is roughly 40 minutes drive from Argostoli, I would recommend booking something because I didn't see any local providers next to the ship. The stunning underground lake near the town of Sami, surrounded by lush green vegetation, nestled within a cave. Lake Melissani is renowned for its crystal clear turquoise waters and unique geological formation. The cave's partially collapsed roof allows for sunlight to filter into the cavern, creating this mesmerizing reflection of the water and adding to the lake's ethereal beauty. Guided boat tours of Lake Melissani offer visitors the opportunity to explore the cave's interior and marvel the natural wonders. And that's what you can do with the tour if you would buy it with NCL. They actually include those boat tours. The lake's serene ambience and mythical associations with the nymph Melissani add an air of mystery and enchantment to the visitor's experience, making it a must-visit destination for those seeking unique and memorable adventure on the island of Kefalonia.
Enjoying the content? Please like, share, and subscribe for more such content.
And it was really nice. It was a bit short. It was only 15 minutes on the boat tour, so I would have preferred it to be a bit longer. And we had lunch in the local restaurant, which was lovely. I would say it was a very, very nice aspect to the store. And then they took us back to the ship. We kicked off the evening with some much needed relaxation at the lounge on deck 17, my personal favorite spot on the Viva. It's like lounging in paradise, perfect for unwinding, people watching, food indulging, drinking, or simply reading, which is a lot of what I did. Then we dined like royalty at Hudson's. The food was amazing. But I couldn't help but wish for a little live music or some entertainment to spice things up. I mean, a great meal is always better with the side of ambience, isn't it? We wrapped up the evening with an absolutely killer concert at Sid Norman's Poorhouse. Not to be missed. Love, love, love this pub. The band performed their version of Fleetwood Mac's legendary album Rumours. And let me tell you, they channeled all the drama and the heartbreak of the original. It felt like we were witnessing the band's own breakup saga unfold in real time.
Start to finish, it's an album of love and betrayal, hopes and dreams, part rock and roll soap opera. You can call it from love a lonely day, a lonely day. You can go your
The music was electrifying and the raw emotion was palpable. Definitely a night to remember. Finally, a few drinks at a sunset were the cherry on top. And we are in Corfu, one of my absolute favorite destinations. I love Corfu. It really is very, very beautiful. Here again, you do not have to book anything with NCL. As you step out of the ship, you will walk a few hundred meters and there will be plenty of offers of hop on, hop off buses. The ticket is, I don't remember, 25 or 30 per person. I would still recommend buying that because walking to Corfu Old Town is a bit of a stretch. I think it's like 30 or 40 minute walk. Unless you want to take a taxi there, that's an option as well. There are taxis. Corfu, an enchanting Greek island, captivating blend of ancient history, natural beauty, and plenty of charm. Love it, love it, love it. Corfu is known for its lush green landscape, crystal clear waters, is like the Garden of Eden's trendier cousin. It's got all the beauty for it. The locals in Corfu are so friendly and welcoming that you will feel like you have found your long-lost Greek relatives in every place you go to, and they will treat you like one. Picture this, you're in Corfu, the sun is shining, the sea is sparkling somewhere nearby, and you're living the best life. You stumble upon this cute little cafe that looks like it pops out of a postcard. You wander in, lured by the heavenly scent of coffee that promises to make your soul sing. It did mine. You order a dessert thinking it will be a nice treat, nothing special. You have no idea. This dessert isn't just food, it's a work of art, a masterpiece that would make Michelangelo weep. You take a bite and bam! It's like a flavor explosion in your mouth. Then comes the coffee, and let me tell you, it isn't just any coffee. It's the kind of coffee that legends are made of. You know, like hiding it alone, I know it's gonna be good. It just cuts in such a way that it's gonna be good. Let's try it. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the best thing I've tried in days. The island of Corfu has rich and colorful history that's as diverse and vibrant as the Bougainvillea's draped streets. Corfu's Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site that is like a living museum with ancient ruins, Venetian architecture, and lively cafes coexist in perfect harmony.
Enjoying the content? Please like, share, and subscribe for more such content.
Once upon a time, in the sparkling waters of the Ionian Sea, there was an island called Corfu. This gem has seen it all, from ancient Greek legends to Venetian romances and British flirtations. Corfu was like a hot potato passed between empires: the Greek, the Romans, Byzantines, Venetians, French, and British all wanted a piece of the action. They left behind their mark, shaping the island's culture and architecture. Legend has it that Poseidon, the Greek god of sea, fell in love with Corfu's beauty and decided to make it his holiday home. No wonder, the island is blessed with stunning beaches and breathtaking landscapes worthy of gods. Corfu's Old Town is a maze of narrow streets and colorful buildings. Loved it, loved it, loved it, where every corner whispers tales of pirates, poets, and princesses. The imposing fort stands tall, guarding the island. Today, Corfu is a blend of history and hedonism, where ancient ruins share the spotlight with beach parties. Returning to the ship, we got into relaxation mode. Headed straight for the main pool where sun was shining, the water was inviting, and the view of Corfu was nothing short of spectacular. The jacuzzi is perched perfectly for panoramic vistas. Felt like luxurious bubble bath with a front row seat to paradise. It was the ideal spot to unwind and let the day's adventures melt away. Turned our snack time into an impromptu picnic by the pool. Later, much later, took a few thrilling rides down the water slides. As evening approached, we made our way to Commodore for dining. That's another complimentary dining option. The seafood was great, every bite a testament to culinary excellence. The atmosphere was elegant yet relaxed. The grand finale of our day was the show Icons. This spectacular performance paid tribute to music legends like Elton John and Lady Gaga with 6 incredible singers. The energy was electric, the costumes were dazzling, and the vocals were nothing short of impressive. Each performer brought their unique flair, and together they created a tribute that was both heartfelt and exhilarating. The show was sensory feast with lights, sounds, emotions all blending together in perfect harmony. As we left the theater, still humming the tunes from the show, we couldn't help but feel grateful for such an amazing day.
In the morning, I got up earlier to have a slow breakfast. That's one of my greatest joys in life, having slow breakfast. And then we had a little bit of a time to go to jacuzzi and have a little bit of a cooling drink. What can be better than doing something like that before discovering yet another beautiful city? So Split is the second largest city in Croatia and the largest city in the Croatian coast. Lies on the eastern shore of Adriatic Sea and was founded as a Greek colony, and at the time was called Aspalatos. Between 9th and 20th century, 6 foreign powers ruled over Split: Byzantium, Franks, Hungarians, Venetians, French, and Austrians. According to the legend, the city of Split took its name from beautiful flowers that cover hills of Split in the spring. Greeks used to call them Aspalatos, which later sort of shortened to Spalato and eventually became Split. I personally prefer Aspalatos, that sounds better. Tourism really boomed in Split when Split became a host for Ultra Europe Music Festival. It's a huge event, very, very popular, great music. You can check it out on YouTube, it's really, really impressive. Everywhere in Croatia, having coffee is a ritual, and I totally respect that. I love coffee, and coffee certainly deserves something of a ritual. In Split, you have really, really good coffee, really good bakeries as well, so definitely try coffee. If you're not sure which coffee to try, I personally really liked coffee in Luxor Cafe.
If you just want to see Split, there's no need to book any excursions with NCL. The cruise port is literally right there. Breezy 10 to 15 minute stroll to the promenade and enchanting old town. Everything you'd possibly want to see is right there. So enjoy your wander through history, culture, and sheer Mediterranean charm. The rest of the day was absolute dream. We lounged around an infinity pool on deck 8, Ocean Boulevard. Picture this, shimmering pool that seems to blend seamlessly with the horizon, comfort of loungers, and gentle sea breeze that feels like warm embrace. Closer to the evening, we made our way to Palomar, the seafood restaurant that everyone has been raving about. And let me tell you, it lived up to every bit of the hype. The ambience was upscale yet inviting, setting the perfect stage for unforgettable dining experience. From the moment we sat down, the service was impeccable. The staff was attentive without being intrusive. They made us feel like VIPs. Now let's talk about the food. Each dish is a work of art, both in presentation and taste. The menu offered a delightful array of choices. You could either order a la carte, or you could use one of your specialty dining. This was our specialty dining choice. It's the only one we had because we only had free at sea. When you buy free at sea package, you would have one specialty dining included. Tips are not included, so please keep that in mind when you're buying free at sea because tips are really, really expensive. So make sure that you speak to your consultant and ask what exactly is included so you don't pay for something you don't understand, which does happen quite a lot. The night's grand event was the much anticipated Beetlejuice show on the Viva. Yes, you heard right, Beetlejuice, the iconic movie we all know and love, or hopefully all do. If we don't, go ahead and check it out. Brought to life on stage, and let me tell you, it's not just a great show, it's a spectacular one that got 8 Tony nominations back in 2019. The Broadway masterminds behind this production did an outstanding job transforming this quirky, spooky movie into a musical extravaganza. And here's the kicker, it's absolutely hilarious. We were laughing our heads off No pun intended. Trust me, we loved every minute of it. I hope you would too. And we're in Koper. Koper again is one of my favorite ports because it's right there in the city. You literally again have to walk 10 to 15 minutes and you are in the old town. So you absolutely do not have to order anything with NCL if you don't want to. Koper. Koper's history reads like a novel that you can't put down. Founded by the Romans and once known as Caprice, is a coastal gem that has seen it all, from Venetian influences to Habsburg rule. The Venetian touch is especially evident with Koper's stunning architecture and lively piazzas whispering the tales of the past. Imagine strolling through streets where every cobblestone could tell a story of bygone eras. When it comes to traditions, Koper is known for keeping it light, vibrant and fun. The city is famous for its annual events such as Koper Nights, festival where music, dance and merriment fill the air. And let's not forget the olive oil and wine festivals to celebrate the region's rich agricultural heritage. But seriously, who wouldn't want to celebrate olive oil and wine? If you ask me, any day. In terms of what I really liked about Koper is it's a beautiful blend of Italian flair and Slovenian charm. So utterly irresistible, very friendly locals, mouth-watering seafood, delightful blend of old and new. So whether you're sipping coffee in quaint cafe, exploring medieval alleys, or simply basking in the coastal breeze, Koper has a way of making every moment magical. So get ready to explore. The rest of the day was an absolute blast. On the ship, we kicked things off by raiding the main buffet, sampling every single or almost every single delicious dish in sight. Then we braved into the crazy dry slide drop. Speaking of adrenaline rush, would highly recommend trying it. It looks pretty scary and people do scream a lot, but it was totally worth it. It was a lot of fun. And then the breathtaking views of Split from every possible deck, making us feel we were on top of the world. Feeling competitive, we hit the mini golf course where I channeled my inner Tiger Woods and totally crushed it with some impressive puts, as you could see. We wrapped up the adventure with another round at the buffet. We went to food fusion, indulging in a feast that left us in a food coma. So overall, it was another fantastic day full of unforgettable moments. And we were mentally almost ready to disembark in Venice.
And the next day we were in Venice, our final port. So the morning was a bit stressful, packing, getting ready, and then having a fairly quick breakfast this time around. We just went for buffet and we were ready to disembark in gorgeous Venice. Everybody knows it's not hard to fall in love with Venice. If anything, it's hard not to. I absolutely love the place. Venice is the capital of northern Italian region of Veneto, built on over 100 different islands in a beautiful lagoon in Adriatic Sea. There are no roads, just canals. The origins of Venice are a bit of a mystery. Most historians suggest that it was established by the people from Roman cities fleeing away from Germanic and Huns tribes in the 5th century AD. As I mentioned, city is made up of different islands connected by 400 spectacular bridges and 170 waterways, giving Venice its unique charm. Once a country, used to be a Republic of Venice, was a very wealthy republic, and existed between the end of the 7th century and the end of 1700s. Did you know that Venetian gondolas have to be black by law? An archaic law was designed to reduce unfair competition between the gondoliers, and I have to say they made a right choice because it makes the place look very stylish. Famous traveler Marco Polo was from Venice. We probably heard about his fascinating accounts of trade along the Silk Road. Marco Polo was one of the most intriguing residents of Venice. He was from a Venetian merchant family who wrote about his journey to the east. Venice is very, very old. It has celebrated its 1600th anniversary in 2021. And here you would find the world's first public casino. Casino di Venezia is the oldest casino in the world, dating back to 638. And we're done with our journey of a lifetime. It was absolutely amazing, one of the most memorable holidays we've ever had. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to put the like and check out my top tips for better cruising video. See you soon.